Elvis Presley was not just a singer. He was a cultural earthquake. By the mid-1950s, his voice, his movements, and his presence had permanently changed popular music. He became one of the most famous human beings on the planet before the age of 30. But the story people remember usually stops at the fame. The real story continues quietly, behind closed doors, long after the screaming crowds faded. Elvis was born in 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi, into extreme poverty. His twin brother was stillborn, and that loss deeply affected his family. His mother became overprotective, and Elvis grew up emotionally dependent and insecure. Fame did not remove that vulnerability. It amplified it. When success arrived, it arrived violently. Elvis went from poverty to global obsession in a matter of months. By his early 20s, Elvis was working non-stop. Films, tours, recordings, appearances. His manager, Colonel Tom Parker, controlled nearly every aspect of his career. Parker was not interested in Elvis's health. He was interested in constant profit. As Elvis aged, the industry began to change. New artists emerged. His relevance was questioned. Elvis responded by working more, not less. Exhaustion became normal. In the 1960s, Elvis began using prescription drugs. This was not unusual in Hollywood at the time. Doctors freely prescribed amphetamines to stay awake and barbiturates to sleep. Elvis trusted doctors completely. That trust would slowly destroy him. Elvis suffered from chronic insomnia, anxiety, and physical pain. He also struggled with loneliness. Fame isolated him. Graceland became a refuge, but also a prison. By the late 1960s, Elvis was dependent on medication to function. Not illegal drugs, prescription pills, given legally, often by multiple doctors, often without coordination. There was no single physician controlling his treatment. Stimulants to wake up, sedatives to sleep, painkillers to numb discomfort. His body was being chemically managed. In 1973, Elvis experienced a major personal blow. His marriage to Priscilla Presley ended in divorce. Their relationship had been strained for years. Elvis became increasingly isolated and emotionally unstable. After the divorce, his drug use intensified. He continued touring relentlessly, sometimes performing multiple shows a day. His physical condition deteriorated visibly. Weight gain, swelling, shortness of breath. Doctors warned him, friends worried, but no one stopped the tours. Stopping meant losing money, and Colonel Parker never allowed that. Elvis's performances became unpredictable. Some nights he was brilliant. Other nights he forgot lyrics, slurred words, or ended shows early. Fans noticed, but many refused to accept what they were seeing. By the mid-1970s, Elvis was taking dozens of pills daily. This is confirmed by medical records and testimony from his inner circle. The drugs included opioids, sedatives, and tranquilizers. His body was under constant strain. Elvis also suffered from untreated health conditions, including heart disease, liver damage, and gastrointestinal problems. Medication masked symptoms instead of solving causes. On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley was found unresponsive in the bathroom of Graceland. He was 42 years old. Emergency services were called. Attempts to revive him failed. Elvis Presley was pronounced dead later that day. The official cause of death was cardiac arrhythmia. However, toxicology reports revealed high levels of prescription drugs in his system. His death was not caused by one pill. It was caused by years of accumulated damage. Doctors later confirmed that long-term prescription drug abuse played a significant role. There was no single villain. Not one doctor, not one manager, not one decision. It was a system that prioritized performance over protection. Elvis became surrounded by people who normalized his decline. His lifestyle became routine. His suffering became background noise. After his death, Elvis became immortal. His image froze in time. Young, powerful, untouchable. But the real Elvis died exhausted, medicated, and alone in a locked bathroom. The king of rock and roll did not fall suddenly. He faded slowly while the world kept applauding. Elvis Presley did not die because he lacked talent, money, or fame. He died because no one around him had the authority, or courage, to stop the machine that was consuming him. History remembers the legend, but the truth is more uncomfortable. Elvis Presley was not destroyed by excess alone. He was destroyed by a system that never learned how to protect the people it creates.